For more, let's cross to Washington and correspondent Kethevane Gorjestani. The vote happening earlier on Friday, again, essentially along straight partisan lines. How's it looking when it goes to the Senate?
Well, it's an even steeper uphill battle in the Senate for this Build Back Better bill. It took a lot of negotiation already to get it past the House, with just one Democrat who refused to vote in favor of that Build Back Better bill. But it took a lot of wrangling between the progressives, between the moderates, and the Democrats finally agreed on the contents of the bill. But this content of the bill, as it's written right now, it's about 2,000 pages. That is likely to change quite a bit when it gets to the Senate, even before it gets to be voted on. And that in itself is not even a done deal, because in the Senate, there is another battle that will be going on between the moderates and the progressives. The moderates like Joe Manchin, Kristen Sinema, who are key in passing that bill, who are still very uncomfortable with some of its provisions. For example, the paid medical and family leave, that's something that they're not comfortable at all with. And there are some provisions in that bill that were sort of compromises for the moderates in the House that the progressives in the Senate, like Bernie Sanders, are not comfortable with. I'm talking, for example, about the state and local tax deduction caps, the SALT, as it's called, the SALT taxes, that Bernie Sanders doesn't want to see lifted because he feels that this is going to help the richer Americans. So he doesn't want that in the bill. So you're going to see a lot of work going through, a lot of negotiations in the Senate. And again, in this case, it will be negotiations between the progressives and the moderates of the Democratic Party. The Republicans, of course, totally opposed to this bill. But it is a reconciliation process, meaning that they will only need a majority of 51 votes, which will be the Vice President, Kamala Harris, will be voting on that tiebreaker. But before that, they need all 50 Democrats to agree.
All right, and we heard some cheering from the White House, from in a statement from the president himself. The U.S. President, Kethevane, who he is now temporarily handed over powers to his Veep. Please explain.
Well, actually, to be perfectly clear, he has now resumed his authority as president of the United States. What happened is that earlier this morning, the president went to Walter Reed Military Hospital to undergo a routine medical exam, as the White House puts it. And part of this routine medical exam was, according to the White House, a routine colonoscopy for which the president, Joe Biden, was put under anesthesia and therefore incapacitated for a short period of time, during which he handed over power to the Vice President, Kamala Harris. For that short period of time, Kamala Harris was in charge, was providing the presidential duties for the United States of America, meaning that she was the first woman to hold presidential duties in the history of the United States, as well as the first Asian American to hold those duties. So she did make history, even if it was for a very short period of time. The president, according to the White House, calling Kamala Harris just a short while ago, around 11:30 local time, telling her that he was in good spirits and continuing his exams at Walter Reed Hospital. He is expected to return to the White House this afternoon for a tradition at the White House, which is the pardoning of the turkey. This, of course, a week ahead of Thanksgiving. We're also expecting a full medical report, according to the White House, later on this afternoon.
Kethevane Gorjestani reporting from Washington. Many thanks.